Vidor City Council meeting, Thursday, June 25th, 2020. It was a short one. Let's get to it. So we had a short meeting. So this was actually Ms. Carter's first official meeting. That's the new mayor of Vidor. If you didn't know anything about that, check out my video from 2 weeks ago at the prior city council meeting. Kind of talks about that little situation there. So one of the things that is needed is still lifeguards for the city pool. Now the city pool can actually open up, but at a diminished capacity. I think they're at 50% occupancy is what they're allowed to open up at. The pumps are working, the water looks great, but we need certified lifeguards. Because of the corona situation, Red Cross is not working at the same pace to certify people as they normally would. Well, that's understandable, but we need to have certified lifeguards. So if you're looking for a job, need something in that range, and you're certified for that stuff, apply at the city pool. We could use your help, and the kids will love it because, then it means they get to swim. No lifeguards, no swimming. Sorry, guys. Now, there was a couple other things. There was a person that wanted a permit for putting a pond on their property within city limits. That was really easy. It's actually up in off Highway 12 area, and they approved that, of course. If you're looking at putting a pond in your property and you live inside city limits, that does need to be permitted, and we have to make sure there's some of the guidelines are followed. Okay, going through some of this stuff, there was actually some citizen comments that we started off the meeting with, and the comments actually pertain to Lamar Street. If you're familiar with some of the work that they're doing behind Market Basket, that's where Lamar Street is. They're putting a culvert in behind Market Basket right on the feeder road of I-10. That was a project that was approved many, many months ago. Now they're getting ready to put that culvert in, but they're also going to open up basically the ditches along Lamar Street. Now, right now, from the Low Street, which is the area by the vet clinic as you go into Green Forest, that subdivision, they're going to redo the culverts underneath the road right there and all the way down. There is only a 1-inch drop in elevation for the water to flow all the way to the feeder road. 1 inch. That's not a lot of grade. So what happens is a lot of that water pools in the yard. Now, it also pools in the yard because all the drainage boxes that are in areas where the ground is covered. So when they covered the drainage ditches, they put a concrete culvert in or a concrete box in. But the box sits higher than the elevation of the ground, and the water has a problem getting in to actually drain out. All those going to be removed. Now, it's a contention point, but one of the comments from the citizens stated, it's going to flood anyway. You know, they paid to have that covered up. Well, they did. They paid to have it covered up. Unfortunately, the system doesn't work. It's causing other people to flood. They also say, and they brought up some valid points, that they traveled and took pictures of the downward areas of where the water goes, and those waters are bottlenecked at the railroad, at the marsh. Well, what those citizens didn't understand is the cities tried to get the railroads culverts widened. That's railroad property. State had to intervene, and I think they're actually going to start opening those up, but it's out of the hands of any municipality. Apparently, the railroad has some magic powers that they can do whatever it is they want, and we need to nip that in the bud. And the marsh situation is it's a protected area. But earlier this year, we have some help to be able to get that marshland cleared out, or actually get some work done, remove some of the overgrown debris that's there. When we had the drought a few years ago, it caused that wildlife to really grow thick, and not let the water dissipate and act like a marsh should. But their words were heard. I mean, we understand. And with the new ditch going through there, it's going to drop 1 foot of elevation, I believe, from Low Street all the way down to the feeder road at 10. They're going to clear out. There's 3 boxes right there that go underneath I-10. 3 have been cleared out. There's 1 more that needs to be cleared out, and really help get that water going and moving, because we need the water to move. If there's light debris and the water's only just slightly going, well, it's not going to help clear that stuff out. So water traveling, Lamar Street, they're supposed to start that work pretty soon. Now, one of the other things that they're working on is some other drainage stuff. First Street is getting some work. Archie Street, they're going to get ready to start here in the next week or so, I believe, on Archie, or a few weeks on Archie. Okay. Another section that they were going to work on is actually on Old Spanish Trail. So if you take 105 and you take a right on OST, there's a bridge that's half mile down the road. There's a bridge there. Actually, there's an old bridge there, and it has culverts underneath it. They're actually working to replace that whole situation, put a brand new bridge there, take the culverts out, and it's just going to be a clear underpass or a clear waterway because we have a full bridge there. So that should help some of that outflow water coming from Schoolhouse Ditch and coming from some of the other areas a little farther north of there. So that's actually a really good little project. Alma Circle is getting some work done as well, and Tram, they should have started Tram on Monday. So lots of stuff going on, lots of drainage stuff, and that really concluded the meeting. There was a little talk about the wearing vest for the pedestrians. We talked about that in the past few meetings, and they needed to adjust some verbiage in there to make sure it's viable with some of the laws and legalities of the ordinances within our city. And that's it. That's our city council meeting. If there's questions or something that you would like to have brought up, hit in the message below, like, comment, share, and I'd love to see you at the city council meeting. If there's something that you need said and you can't come to city council meeting, send me a message. We'll get it brought up. Guys, Jerad Spencer, Flair Real Estate. Thanks so much for watching.